Everybody, Carolyn here. Welcome to another episode of Drunken Adventures. I am here today in Pisgah National Forest near Brevard, North Carolina. Right behind me you can see the 60-foot Looking Glass Falls. They actually get their name from a big rock face nearby that you can hike to called Looking Glass Rock that in the winter sometimes some of the water that tends to roll over it freezes. It just makes this big mirror-like kind of illusion. I've never seen it before, but I've also not spent a whole lot of time on the winter, so maybe that's something I can check out later with you guys. But for now, I'm going to take you to a few waterfalls. I'm interested in going to some new waterfalls today in the area. There are so many waterfalls. It's probably going to take me a long time to get to all of them. Just here in this part of Pisgah National Forest. It's actually a pretty big forest. It stretches from just south of this area all the way up to Boone. So, you know, kind of a long Blue Ridge Parkway, big area, and it's incredible. Lots and lots of waterfalls. Like I said, even just in this part of the forest, there's so much to see. So again, Looking Glass Falls is behind me. In the summer, it gets really crowded. It's a popular swimming spot. It's a lot drier in the summer, and so there's less water, which means the currents are slower. So it's a pretty shallow, easy, comfortable place to go swimming, cool off after a long hike. There's so many trails in the area. And it's just beautiful and super easy to get to. In fact, if you are in the area, you can drive right by and still see it. You don't even have to park your car. Although it's pretty easy to park and walk down the stairs. That's literally how close it is to the road. Definitely check it out. And now it's time to go visit a few other waterfalls, including some, or at least one, that I have not been to before. So come on, let's go on an adventure! So here we are at the start of the Cove Falls Trail. It's pretty easy to find parking. There's even a little sign for it right here along the creek. And it's a pretty short trail. It's only about 3/4 of a mile in total. It's an out back trail, and let's go check out the waterfall. So here we are at Moore's Cove, and as you can see, there is a waterfall. It's actually a 50-foot waterfall, though it doesn't necessarily feel that way up close, especially since the top part isn't easily visible once you get here. It's real cute, real small, very almost private in a way, unless of course you come in the middle of summer when it is super crowded. But it's still worth the trip if you're out this way. You can actually walk behind it. I'm currently standing here on the viewing platform. Again, it's only 3/4 of a mile from the road. Super easy, beginner level hike. Perfect for all ages, all skill levels. It's mostly uphill the entire way, but it's not very steep. Not a whole lot of stairs, and it's just a beautiful hike. There's just so much nature to enjoy. Different trees, mosses, ferns, grasses, wildlife. And there's a few different creeks that you'll see in addition to Morris Creek, which of course flows over the falls. And you'll be able to see some little cascades along some of those creeks. And just overall, it's an incredible hike that is absolutely 100% worth doing and exploring. It's actually the first place I ever saw a hellbender, down in the small little catch pool. It was pointed out actually by a kid. I love encountering little kids on hikes. They always point out the coolest, most incredible things, whether it's, you know, some critters you would have never seen otherwise, or another waterfall off in the distance that wouldn't be easy to spot, but of course they see it, or just, you know, an amazing rainbow kind of off somewhere that you wouldn't be looking because you're distracted by, you know, the view that's right in front of you. So I love encountering kids on hikes. Of course, right now I'm trying to keep my distance when I see them, but I just love when they point something out. But again, this is Moore's Cove Falls, and this cove is just absolutely adorable. You've got that little cave that you can go hang out back there. I've seen people here doing photo shoots. It's just pretty awesome. So let's go back behind the falls. So once again, this is Moore's Cove and Moore's Cove Falls. I'm standing here in the cave behind the waterfall. I literally had a place to myself. In fact, on the whole hike out here, I only encountered a couple of people. There was only one car parked on my way out here, and it's just so intimate. Really getting the chance to enjoy and connect with nature here. Incredible. Definitely, if you have the opportunity to come out here and check out this incredible little hike. Again, it's only 3/4 of a mile, super easy, great for all skill levels, all ages. It is mostly uphill the whole way, but it's not steep at all. You aren't even going to break a sweat. You could do this in the summer and it would be fine. And I can't wait to take you guys on the rest of my journey today. So currently I am hiking along the Daniel Ridge Loop. I'm actually kind of on my way back down. On the way up, it was along this gorgeous kind of series of creeks that showcased some beautiful, amazing, incredible waterfalls. They were all pretty small. There looked like there's some larger ones through the tree line that I just couldn't get any shots of, any photos or videos. But I did get a few good shots of some of the waterfalls and water formations along the creek that I will share with you guys at the end of this video. I will also be going by what I think is called Daniel Ridge Falls. I'll have to double check that. We learned last time that I don't always get the names of some of the waterfalls correct. So I'll double check that, and I'll be sure to let you know the actual name of those falls, either when I get there if there's a sign, or later on I will just put them in the comments of the video. But in the meantime, I hope to show you at least one more waterfall in this video before I get to the end of my hike, and then have a beer and probably a burger. A lot of breweries around here have food trucks with really good burgers. All right, so here we are, as promised, at the foot of what for now I'm just going to continue to call Daniel's Ridge Waterfall. And it is really pretty. It's very impressive. very difficult to photograph and film, especially with just having my iPhone. But even with a good camera, I think it would be kind of difficult, just because there's not a big open area at the bottom the way a lot of other waterfalls tend to have. But still very beautiful, absolutely impressive. And now I get to continue my trek all the way back to my car. I actually parked a little over a mile away from the trailhead. The road was kind of sketchy. It's a gravel road, a little narrow, barely wide enough to be able to kind of have two cars pass each other. If you have an SUV and you're passing another SUV, I feel like that gets kind of sketchy. And from what I read, it's not uncommon for the road to be closed as well, either due to flooding or snow, because it's a gravel road. They don't clear it. If it snows, it's just closed. And I don't really regret that walk. It, like I said, is a little over a mile, and that road does follow along one of the big creeks, and so I still got to see a lot of really cool stuff along the creek, a lot of little formations and small little cascades and mini waterfalls along it. And just like the other footage and photos from the first part of my hike, I will also include some stuff from the road at the end of the video. And there really wasn't a whole lot really to show you kind of on my way back down the mountain. It was still really pretty, and I do love walking through all of the rhododendron and mountain laurels. It kind of in a way almost reminds me of mangroves, but not really. It's just kind of that same gnarly, knotted, thin tree trunks and the wetlands. And you do cross over the little stream and even pass by the very top of this waterfall, just as that little stream falls over the precipice. And it's amazing that such a tiny little stream actually creates such a big, cool waterfall. This is one that I think if you come when it's drier or even in winter as it starts to freeze over, it's not going to be super impressive because there's not going to be a whole lot of water flowing through that stream. But if you come kind of in the wetter seasons, especially like I said earlier, pretty much the entire western half of North Carolina experienced a ton of rain, starting kind of yesterday afternoon on in through the early morning. So there's a lot of water coming over these falls right now. Really cool, really awesome. And I'm so happy to get to take you guys today on this fun adventure. So now, like I said, time to go back to my car and head to a brewery to get myself a couple beers and probably a really good burger. So thank you again for coming on this journey. And here is a little bit more of what again I'm calling Daniel Ridge Falls. So I'm here at Oskar Blues, a brewery here in Brevard, so not too far from Pisgah National Forest. And I've got myself a beer here. This is Can of Bliss. It's a citrus IPA, really bright, really refreshing, great after a hike. I've got a wonderful burger on the way coming from the food truck. And I just want to thank you guys and cheers to you for joining me today on my adventure. So please like this video so I know you've watched it. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you liked. Tell me about your adventures that you've been on, places you want to see me go to, things you want to hear me talk about. And also make sure you subscribe to my channel so you never miss an episode, and feel free to share so that you can kind of share the love and let everybody in on these great adventures with me. So once again, thank you guys. Don't forget to wash your hands, pick up your trash, get out there and have fun. Bye. Don't mind me living my best Pisgah life on my drive home. It's all my side.